Hello and welcome to another installment of Walking with Dave. I am your host Dave. We are walking, and like I said, this is Walking with Dave. So actually I'm starting the episode off here right now on voiceover in the studio because the beginning of this video I didn't realize that it was coming through on the camera so annoyingly, but my keychain for my car keys was shaking, and it's a few minutes in, and I didn't realize. I realized it in the moment after a little bit, but I didn't realize how bad it was on the camera. So I said, my God, this really makes the video unlistenable right from the get-go. So let's just get rid of this. So here I am introducing the video, and we're gonna play some studio birds and some studio forest sounds, and then we will come back with the actual audio. All right, thank you so much, guys. We're going to be coming to a spot eventually where I feel good energy. Let's see. Let's see if it has that same energy today. These spots always retain the energy. I'm sure they've had that energy for thousands of years. My theory is that, like back in the ancient times of Native Americans or Celtic or whatever kind of more people that were more kind of tuned in with nature as a part of their religious and spiritual belief system. You know what I mean? That those, what do you call it? I guess those like um, spiritual leaders of those groups, I think, would feel certain positive energies in a certain spot like that, just as like I feel. And like that's what they kind of made like sacred spots. So I'm always like, geez, I wonder if like if I, well, I'm alive now in 2023, but if I was alive in 3,000 years ago, would I have been one of those people that would have been, you know, one of the spiritual advisors, be like, yeah, I feel good energy in this spot. Who knows? Man, I tell you, I was watching. I really have been. You know what? I'll tell you this. The YouTube has been quite fascinating to me. I've been a big YouTube fan for years, actually, and only recently, decided to take the plunge and start doing my own little channel here. So, you know what I mean, just for fun, and but trying to do it the right way. You know, by being committed to a release schedule, and you know, really trying to take a stab at it. But anyway, I was watching some videos. I've been getting so fascinated by. There's so many people out there that are doing unbelievable creative stuff on YouTube. All right, you know, and of course you got your Mr. Beasts and you got all the people that everybody knows and makes millions and billions of dollars. But there are some really kind of cool little independent channels. Now there's one who now. It's like essentially it's called Crazy New York Driver or something like that. And the guy did himself a disservice because he spelled everything all kind of weird, you know, which makes it, in my opinion, I think you got to spell everything straightforward so it's easy to find and stuff like that. But I've been watching his channel, and he does like New York City driving exploration channel, and he finds like the most interesting places to explore. So it's not like, you know, a New York City exploring video, your typical YouTube videos would be like, oh, we went to the Museum of Natural History, and then we went to, you know, Uncle Joey's Pizza, the #1 rated, you know, on TikTok or whatever, you know, all that all that BS, right? And so, but his is like he pulls off to like the side of the road on like the FDR, and will like he seems to be very knowledgeable about you know, like road construction and stuff, highway construction in New York City, and he goes all in depth about the components that are original, and this lamppost is from the 1940s, and here's an old trolley post that is not used anymore, and an old cleat from you know, for like that you would tie a ship to in a place that hasn't had ships in 80 years, and just like, you know, all that kind of stuff. And you know, I just thought that was. I just think that's really cool. So anyway, I've been enjoying his channel immensely, and you know, geez, he's taking very simple still shots with like a digital camera, and then using this program to like just kind of do a slideshow and talk over the pictures and move his mouse around and point things out. And hey, you know, I was like, wow. I was like, you know, it's really not even that much. Here we go. I realized we were walking around in circles. It wasn't even that, you know, so like not even that crazy production stuff that you have to do. You know what I mean? I was like, wow. So that's kind of, you know, if there's something that's interesting there, and yeah, I guess then not walking. So that would consist of not walking around in a circle. No. So I kind of just lost my bearing for a second. We're gonna get back on the path. But yeah, so I've been thoroughly. I must have watched 2.5 hours worth of this guy's videos last night. You know, they're 20, 30 minutes at a pop. You know, I used to live in Brooklyn, and I used to live near the Verrazano Bridge, actually, like that southern part of Brooklyn, and you know, there's a lot of interesting stuff. I'm a stop and smell the roses, you know, like type of guy. Okay, it's just like what my personality is. So that's why I like taking these walks around nature and stuff like that. But when I was in, did I hear that echo? When I was in New York City, when I was living around that area, I would be stuck in traffic and like looking out the window at all these little overpasses and you know, just like different things on the side of the road. And it's like, yeah, I always think to myself, geez, when's the last person someone actually stepped foot there? When is, you know, I wonder what you see these little buildings, like little, you know, there's some sort of utility service station, but you want to kind of know specifically what it's for, what's in there, or what the deal is. And, you know, you have to remember New York City is the oldest, like kind of metropolis, right? So it's a giant sprawling metropolis with all kinds of sewers and sidewalks and highways and subways and this, that, and the other thing, and roads, and but for the last 100 years. So, and a lot of that stuff has been, you know, tucked away, forgotten about, rebuilt, refurbished, this, that, and the other thing, and it's a real Frankenstein. of an operation in that sense. All right, everything's kind of stitched together. And this guy does some really cool, interesting videos of going all into that. So I'm getting some inspiration from these channels. I'm getting some inspiration. I think I understand, because I'm a viewer. You want to have some curiosity. There needs to be an element of curiosity to everything. You know what I mean? And yeah, and I think I'm a curious person. We're out here. That's why I get out there and explore in the country. I'm excited. Actually, soon we'll be getting a new vehicle. I've had my old vehicle became very unreliable. Became very stressful, having issues with it, and finally decided to. I was clinging to it. I'll tell you. I'll be honest with you, because I loved it, and I wanted to be my number one. I wanted to, you know what I mean. I wanted to really kind of be my Millennium Falcon, and it just didn't want to do that. It just, issue after issue after issue, costly repair after costly repair. I said, no, I can't do it anymore. So getting a truck, getting something more reliable, known for its reliability. And so yeah, I'm excited about that. We'll be getting that soon. And then, that'll be facilitating some more adventures, getting out there, exploring, walking, talking, driving. There's another thing that I'm going to be experimenting with, actually, because I was so inspired off of the gentleman that I was just telling you about, Crazy New York Driver. I have a lot of, I think I might have brought this up already. I have a lot of pictures. I've been exploring for a long time. And for at least 10 years I have documented my exploring. Most of it's in New York. Back then I was doing it for myself. I had a little blog, but whatever. I wrote some cool things up, so I'm going to try to grab all those texts so I have the scripts and stuff like that, because I did a lot of research and looked into everything. But I have a fantastic amount of pictures, and I was doing a lot of exploring back then of abandoned properties. My forte was abandoned mansions. I was in Long Island, the old Great Gatsby abandoned mansions. Something that I really kind of thought was cool. So anyway, I spent a long time, researching that and just taking photos of finding places, photographing them, researching them, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Well, I have all these photos. I just found them the other day on my own computer. So I thought it'd be interesting to take the concept what this guy was doing, in the sense of you make a slideshow of your photos and kind of talk over them and point some things out with the mouse. I can't go back to these places with the camera. A lot of these places are not even there anymore, actually. A lot of them have been bulldozed over, development. Land is at a true premium there, so, abandoned properties don't stay abandoned for long these days. Even though if they were sitting there for 50 years, the land is just getting scooped up. And so, yeah, I tell you, one of the most, I've been to quite a few interesting places. I think you guys are going to have fun as we go through the photographs. There's a property called Land's End in Sands Point, New York. It is believed to have been one of the inspirations for The Great Gatsby. One of the properties. Okay, F. Scott Fitzgerald, The Great Gatsby. And we are going. It's long gone. They've bulldozed it. They've built it was on such a large piece of property. This is a very kind of well-to-do, affluent neighborhood. Large pieces of property. Even now it's large pieces of property. Back then they were gargantuan pieces of property. You had a few lots of what it would be today. All right. So they bulldozed this house and they put a few houses on where it was. But I'll tell you, the summer, they were whatever. I think it was summer of 2000. I have to look at my date. I have the date, but it's either 2010 or 2012, and it was the summer of that year that they started the bulldozing, and we had gotten in there just about midsummer. So we had gotten in there just before they started to tear it down, and we got great photographs, and it was really cool. It was a great memory. I was with a couple of my friends. They were boyfriend and girlfriend at the time. They're now married, and it was tremendous. It was a tremendous memory. So, all right, we're taking kind of a little. Oh, there's a rabbit. There you go. Let's see. Hold on a second. Where are you? There you are. Couldn't see you on the small screen. Oh, you're gone. All right. There we go. There's a rabbit. All right. So yeah, so that's what we'll do. I have a lot of those. I mean, listen, I have been to some very interesting off-limit places. I'll tell you. I'll drop another little teaser. And I might have even said this before. I ramble on these videos so much. I think I repeat myself quite a bit. But I went to Hart Island as well. H-A-R-T, Hart Island in New York. It's the old Potter's Field going back a long time. I went back in 2012 with a group of friends. Same friends and some others. And yeah, that's strictly off limits. It's the Potter's Field, which means it's the public burial ground. That's what a Potter's Field is. And yeah, there's a lot of weird, creepy stuff there. Yeah, I definitely spoke about it before because it's kind of having deja vu. All right, so I'm kind of, I have my shorts on and my flip-flops, and the pricklies are out here, and I'm kind of getting stabbed and stuff like that. But then I got barbed wire. I can't even. All right, you know what? I'm turning around. We're gonna keep going the other way. It's all right. Oh, there's a plume of pricklies came up. Ow, ow. All right. I don't feel like, if there's some, honestly, if there's something that was super, I've been down here 100 times. If there was something that was super interesting down that way, I would say, you know what, let's go. I'm bringing you guys with me. I don't mind getting prickled. But there isn't actually, honestly. It's not, wouldn't be worth it. I would just be getting prickled. So, not going to do it today. So, there'll be another time when those pricklies go down and we can go. So yeah, we got, even, you know what, I think back in 2000, LA is actually another little city that I love. They're going through their own set of issues right now, but, I love Hollywood history. I love old movies. I love the Universal monsters. I just like old Hollywood. So LA, LA is a great little place. I spent some time out there to work before. And anyway, so one of my trips back in 2013, I shot a lot of pictures and I did some exploring. So maybe I'll do with that. I'll do a little video about that. And that was before LA had a lot of its problems. I gotta be careful because there's definitely rattlesnakes around these properties. I know that for a fact. So many people have seen them. So you always gotta be careful. All right, you know what? It's sunny out, and the sun is like right overhead. So we're gonna stay in the covered canopy section for a bit. Oh. So I getting back to Crazy New York City Driver or whatever the gentleman's name is. I'm looking forward to going back later tonight after I've do some work and I make myself dinner and yada yada. You have your day, and I always like ending the day with either like a movie or something that you feel captivated to watch. And I say to myself, you know what? I'm looking forward to going back and watching this gentleman's channel. So I said, I'll tell you, that's a true inspiration to me. I said, wow. I said, that is what I would like to be able to do with my channel. If I can actually make some people say I'm interested to see some more of Walking with Dave, because I'm curious and it's inquisitive and I like exploring Central Florida, then I'll tell you, boy, that would really be a huge compliment, a huge goal of mine. So I'm gonna do my best to make some interesting videos. Curiosity. All right. So this is kind of we're following a similar path. We're following a similar path that we would have went to the other way. This is a sanctioned path. We're running parallel with the other, and it'll bring us to the river. I don't think it's going to be very flowy today. And this is kind of the end of the trail, but you know, we're going to kind of go down here a bit for a little bit. I was noticing this beautiful view. I was just like, you know what, it's just so cool, kind of the way the trees and getting that angle on the trees. And sometimes you always got to remember to look up, folks. I remember when I was actually riding the Pirates of the Caribbean, whenever I was, and I was looking up, and I saw that they had removed the roof, and they were doing some work, and it looked kind of interesting. And I remember the woman behind me goes, "Oh, I never even thought to look up." And anyway, that stuck with me, and I said, so there's my advice for the day. Always remember to look up. All right, we're continuing our. We got a little bit of flow, but certainly not a great volume of water. I don't know if it's coming through on the camera at all. Which way do we want to go? Let's go this way for a little bit and just see, and I'll feel the energy. Down, way down this, maybe a couple miles from here, there's a, maybe we'll get to maybe on another video, there's like an old bridge from like 100 years ago that was used to cross this. This is a nice view. Again, I don't know how much it comes through on the camera. Now I'm kind of certainly, I'm where I'm most comfortable, off the beaten path, tucked away in the corner, as I like to say. But now I'm really not on the sanctioned trails anymore, which is fine. But I should have worn my, just in flip-flops, I should have worn my Crocs, my stylish Crocs. No, but they just protect the feet a little bit more. Everything's a little overgrown with the pricklies. I just stubbed my foot on something. Alright, I'm gonna go right the other way. Tree took a nice fall, or it was a limb. Trying to see if I see where it came from. When a tree falls, it looks. I'm not going to ask the question. No, but when a tree falls like this, I love it. It looks like a fallen dinosaur, some sort of monster, Brachiosaurus. So I'm not gonna lie. I'm looking for a gator, folks. I'm looking for a gator to show us. All right. I think. All right. I think I might know where we can find the gator. All right. I'm back on a trail where I think we're more likely to see gator. Because I've seen one before. Not on the actual trail in front of me, but we're gonna be kind of. We'll be kind of not far from that river. And that's where I saw him. The one that he was as black as a Sharpie marker. I'm kind of looking out there. You know, I mean, I'll just give you a view. It's like I know I bring this movie up a lot because I love it, but it's like The Creature from the Black Lagoon. I love those Universal classic monster movies. I like the 80s stuff. I like, like Jason, Voorhees, Friday the 13th, Michael Myers, Halloween, and all that. Then I love Universal monster movies, and I love the Hammer horror. Alright, you know what? Let's just take a little peek-see down here. This is where I've seen one before. Oh, I heard something. Did you hear that? They blend in. You gotta make sure you look all around. Yeah, I remember I sat right on this bench and just watched them. He could be anywhere. Right there. Right there is where I used to see him. He's not out today. Let's see. Oh, the lizards are out. I'm scoping. I'm scouring the area if we see him in the grasses at all. I don't see him today. When I saw him or her last time, he or she definitely knew they were aware of my presence. Let's put it this way. Definitely made eye contact. It was pretty close feet in terms of feet. All right, you know what? I think it's past the time of the season when we're going to see them, so I'm going to go back this way. Get back on where the sunny trail was. I'm going to use my hat. Not sure why the camera just randomly had gone off. You know what? It's a possibility. I just realized it's a possibility I wasn't recording it before. I didn't hit the button. I don't know. We'll see. I was only walking for a few minutes. So I do have full battery. Anywho. Stop and smell the roses. Stop and smell the dandelions. It's hot out. I was curious, and if the camera had overheated. I'm kind of watching it now. Maybe we see a tortoise out. One of the cool things I've noticed about coming down here to the trails to walk around is that the animals use the trails too. It's not just for the humans. It's the easiest paths for them to get around as well. So if you're a tortoise, if you're whatever else is walking around, why always deal with the bushes? Why always deal with that? You could walk with this. And that's what they do. So you'd be surprised how many times I found a tortoise using the path. And then they keep their homes right off the side of the thing, right off the side of the path. So it's like, wow, this is nature's highway. They're out here living their life, living their best life, as they say. I mean, it is hot and I'm trying to hold the camera in my own shade. I'm wearing a nice Florida style sun hat. See various types of poop around. Animal poop. Thankfully, this is in San Francisco. Here's some evidence of a prescribed burn. I mean, it kind of makes it look a little bit like a little bit of a war zone, like a bomb had went over or something like that. Especially when it's in a vast area. Let's take a look at some spots. Woo! Oh man, we're sweating out here, baby. Wow, but I'll tell you, actually, I haven't been here for a couple weeks, and this particular spot, and after the prescribed burn, I'll show you. So after the prescribed burn, everything out there, where's my hand? Okay. Everything out there, like all this green right here, that was all toasted. This whole plain right here was all toasted orange, burnt amber from the prescribed burn. So, you know, it really does. It's true. It rebounds quite quickly. It becomes green again. The grass, good. You know, the rain comes quick here, so you know, everything starts growing pretty fast. Wow, it's amazing. This was literally all of this actually, all of this green was all burnt orange. See here, you can still see on the tree is still some burnt orange. But even the tree is coming back nicely. And there's still some burnt orange out there you can see in some of the, but this whole thing was completely burnt up. Nature finds a way. As they say in Jurassic Park. Nature always finds a way. Yeah, the camera's still on. I got full battery. You know what? I must have not been recording before, and then the screen went black because that's what it does if you're not recording and you're just in standby to conserve power. The screen goes blank. So, all right, fair enough. So we missed about 5 minutes. I was spieling about the prescribed burns. But yeah, prescribed burns. You know, honestly, this is why they have their issues in California. Because the environmentalists, you know, don't allow them to do prescribed burns because they think that it hurts the animals or they think that it's bad, but it's actually no. If you do it properly, which is what we do here in Florida, you do it in such a way where the animals have an exit route, and there's minimal animals are hurt, and you know, and it's good, and then everything comes back stronger. And actually, the ashes and all the carbon that the ashes, it helps the soil, replenishes. So I'm trying to see it. You know what? Is this where I used to? See, it was easy to see and move and go back there because everything was all burnt away, but now everything's kind of grown in. But see here you can see the. This is part of what it kind of part of the prescribed burn I was talking about. All right, you know what? There's rattlesnakes out here. I'm not in the mood today. And believe it or not, rattlesnakes fear you more than them. But still, you don't want to step on one without him knowing that you're there. That's when you're apt to get hit, struck, bit. Well, you know what, guys? It's getting pretty hot and toasty out. I'm not far from my car. I'm going to call it a day and cool down. I had a great time walking with y'all. We just did a simple walk today in nature and just appreciated all the little creatures and beautiful trees that we were able to see. And until next time, I want to wish you good vibes. I want to wish you a good day. God bless. My name is Dave. We have been walking. This is Walking with Dave. And until next time, I wish you a pleasant day. Take care now.